Hi everyone, it's Chef Michael from Doctoronamission.com. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. Today in our session, I'm going to be talking about mayonnaise or aioli. Now we've probably heard of both of those things, and I think actually out there in the culinary world it's all getting confused. Well, what's a mayo? What's aioli? What's the difference? All these different things. Well, classically speaking, to make a mayonnaise we would use one of these things, a bowl and a whisk. And what you do with that is you would start off with some egg yolks, and you'd whip those up with a little bit of a dash of vinegar or some lemon juice, possibly some powdered ground mustard, some salt and pepper. And then to bring that together, as you whisk it, you would use a canola oil or a neutral flavored oil. Now, I do have to admit here at Doctoronamission.com, we do know those kind of canola oils, and some of those oils aren't really the best types of fats for us. So we really like to use extra virgin olive oil in our dressing. So I'm going to talk about aioli today because that's really the direction of things we like to use. Again, as I talk about it, making an aioli, you can use it as a spread or as a dip. Traditionally, it's usually as a dip. But you know what? When you could make it a little bit thicker and use it as a spread, other than mayo, but it is a healthier option. So well, what's the difference? Well, traditionally, again, from a culinary point of view, we would use one of these to get an aioli started. A few garlic cloves, we'd mash those garlic cloves up in there, start with garlic, and then we would add the garlic to the egg yolks, maybe a little lemon juice, lime juice, possibly a little pinch of vinegar, whatever flavoring we want. And then we would use extra virgin olive oil instead of canola oil. So today, the extra virgin olive oil I'm going to be talking about that we use here at Doctoronamission.com is what's called the Village Press. Village Press extra virgin olive oil. Extra virgin is the only kind they do. They're located here in Hawke's Bay, New Zealand. Fantastic place. We visited the orchards. Beautiful place. Wonderful people. They do an awesome job. So today, we're going to make an aioli. So we'll start from the beginning. What we'll do is I've got 4 egg yolks. We're going to start with 4 egg yolks. Now, we could do these by whisking it, but it just so happens we do have these modern machines called a food processor. So I'm going to use my food processor. It's a lot easier. It all comes together nicer, and it'll save a little bit of time and a little bit of strength. Not that I'm not weak or anything. It's just save some time, to be honest with you, and we all like that. So today, in that, I'm going to make one with some basil and some parsley. So I'm going to add about a half a cup of basil and parsley to it, and a pinch of salt, a little bit of cracked black pepper, and now a couple other flavorings I like. I've got 2 garlic cloves because we've got to have a garlic in the aioli. I mean, that's what makes it aioli, that and the olive oil. And I've got some sun-dried tomatoes. So sun-dried tomatoes, basil, parsley, garlic, beautiful stuff, salt and pepper. So what we want to do is get that started off. We're going to puree that up, emulsify, well, not emulsify, but what's called puree it, and get that going. So give me a moment. It's going to be beautiful. So just hang on for a moment. Okay, now that we got that started, the real key then is to add your extra virgin olive oil. And what you want to do is drizzle that in nice and slowly so that starts to emulsify and come together. And the key here is, what is your purpose for it? Do you want it just for a spread? Do you want it for a dip? And you decide, as much as you're putting in olive oil, how thick you want it. And this is where you get to play with it, play with your flavors, and the thickness is really important. So what you'll find with the machine as I do it, and then we'll go away and I'll come back, is you actually have to kind of listen to it, and you can kind of look and you can see it start to thicken, and you can hear your machine start to kind of grind a little bit more as it gets thick. So just play with it, get it to a thickness you want. Today I'm using it for a spread on some crackers. Some beautiful pumpkin seed and rye cracker with some tomato and some salmon that I had poached off earlier. So let's get the process started. Let's use our Village Press extra virgin olive oil, and we'll get going. And during this process then I'll come back and we'll taste it, we'll finish it off, and we'll go from there. Okay? See you soon. Bye-bye. Well, come on back. Welcome back. Great to see you. Well, while you were gone, I finished off emulsifying the aioli. I believe it's come out fantastic. It looks really great. Also, one thing I did while I was doing that, I added about the juice of a half a lemon to it, just to give a little citrus, nice little flavor there. So we're going to check it out, have a taste. What I've done is I've made it slightly thicker because what I'm going to do is use it as a spread for crackers. So if you're doing like an hors d'oeuvre party, something like that, and you're putting together some little finger foods, I suggest you make it slightly thicker. You don't want it running off of whatever you're using, your crackers, bread, or something, and going, well, especially going on a lady's dress, a beautiful lady who's got a lovely dress on, and your spread, your aioli, because it's thin, runs off and goes on her dress. Oh my gosh, that wouldn't be good. I've got a wife and 2 daughters. I can tell you about that. We don't want that happening. I know if it was us guys, we'd probably just wipe it off and it wouldn't really matter, okay? So you know what I'm talking about. So let's take some. I think we're going to get some beautiful flavors here. That sun-dried tomato, the parsley, the basil, some garlic, that extra virgin olive oil. I've got a slice of tomato, and I had poached off some beautiful salmon earlier. I'm just going to put a little piece of that on there, taste all those flavors together. Oh, yeah. Excuse me. That's fantastic. Those flavors have come together very nicely. So guys, today we got to learn about mayo and aioli. Just remember, mayo, you usually use a bowl and a whisk. One of the things with mayo, the difference there is with mayo, we use a neutral oil like a canola oil. We at Doctoronamission.com try to stay away from that. That's not the type of fat we're looking for. We like using extra virgin olive oil, and again, we use it here from Village Press, which is in Hawke's Bay. They only make extra virgin, Hawke's Bay, New Zealand, that is. And with the aioli, you can make it in your food processor. Traditionally, it would be a mortar and pestle, and you grind up the garlic and you add the olive oil to it. So today we made a fantastic flavor. You can do lots of different flavors with it. Have fun with it. You know what's great about an aioli is it could be a dip for veggies. It could be a spread for sandwiches. If you're looking for something different for your sandwiches, make a really nice flavored aioli and use that for your spread on sandwiches. Try to play with that. You can make a fairly large size batch. This was with 4 egg yolks, and I've probably got, at least a cup's worth here. You might try 5, 6, 8 egg yolks, and you can make a nice big batch. It would last you for a week, possibly 2 weeks, and there's many things you could use it for. Substitute it for mayo to give it some flavors for some different things. You'll get your kids eating probably more vegetables that way, and we'll all be probably eating more things using aioli instead of mayo because the flavor is fantastic, and it's not going to have the sugars, honestly, that store shelf mayonnaise usually has. Just kind of a health tip here from Chef Michael at Doctoronamission.com. Hey guys, if you like this video today and you're really into learning more about reclaiming your kitchen and getting back into making things at home and creating some good healthy things, well, come on over to the homepage at Doctoronamission.com and just enter your email and address and plug into what we got going on. You get updates, everything's happening, and here's the secret. You guys that are on the email list get stuff before the general public does. So when things come out, you'll be the first ones to know. For me, I like being on the front end of knowing what's going down. All right, so that's kind of what happens when you get plugged into the movement here at Doctoronamission.com. Thanks a lot for being with us today. Please go out and share this with the world because we know everybody out there would just enjoy learning these different healthy tips and reclaiming their kitchen. And that's it for me at Chef Michael at Doctoronamission.com. I look forward to seeing you again, reclaiming your kitchen. You can do it. Bye for now.